you doing? Making your situation worse before that medically necessary $3,000 is about to hit.
Trying to escape the situation that I was in.
So that means going to New Day Eatery,
Yeah.
and then McDonald's and McDonald's and McDonald's and Cracker Barrel. This was because you're escaping? That's going out to eat every second of your life. This is all in 1 month. 1 month on a card that you can't pay off.
This festival that I'm going to, I wouldn't miss for my entire life. I am Marissa. I'm 23 years old, out of Washington State, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming down to Austin. So what do you do up there for a living?
I'm a truck driver.
Zooming, okay. Are we
Yeah.
long haul? Are we
Yeah, I'm long
short
haul.
distance? Wow, okay, yeah, that's a lot, but also could be good money as well. What are you making?
After taxes are taken out, I think about $4,500 a week.
A week?
Or not a week, sorry, month.
That
would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be really nice.
$4,500 a month.
Yeah, I would have no excuses if I had $4,500 a week.
Oh, so we're about to hear excuses. Okay.
Just a few.
Okay, so $54,000 a year after taxes, deductions, all that good stuff. Let me see if that correlates with what we saw. So we had coming in $4,309, so a little less. You're hourly.
No, I'm by the mile.
Okay, by the mile. So,
Yeah, so
maybe
it
just a few
varies.
less miles there.
Yeah.
And you had a little bit of Cash App in, a little bit of Venmo in as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got scammed, so one of those things is probably about the scam.
How'd you get scammed? What do you mean you got scammed?
I trusted someone that I shouldn't have trusted.
Well, okay.
So-
what happened?
This person was from the EDM community, so I trusted them, but
What, like boots and cats? That
Yeah.
EDM? Okay.
yes, and I'm very deep into that community.
Oh.
So
Sure.
normally I trust people because they're always watching out for each other. One of their mottos is peace, love, unity, respect.
The EDM community?
Yeah,
They got together and voted on that motto?
yeah. I guess I don't know
Okay.
exactly who
Interesting.
coined the term.
Who's the president of EDM?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I knew, I would like to meet that person.
Oh, sure.
But this person was from that community, and they told me that they needed help transferring the title of a car because they were trying to sell their neighbor's car. And they said if I helped them transfer the title in order to make the sale, they would give me some of the profit from the sale. And so I was trying to help them transfer the title.
From the sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, but I used to date like a car guy, so to me it made sense, and I also know people who don't have enough money to transfer a title.
Sure.
So I was like, this makes sense, and I also need more money right now. But yeah, he blocked me on everything.
So, wait, how much did you lose?
380. So it's not like
Okay.
insane, but still enough for it to hurt.
No, well, I guess. I mean, depending on your situation, it's not the most like egregious, substantial hit
It's
to your
not gonna
income,
end my
but-
life, but
But it also really depends on the rest of your situation. You said that has to do with your Cash App in and Venmo in?
in?
Yeah. I was saying you also brought in $227 through Cash App and then $90 through Venmo.
I don't really remember what that was for.
Okay. Well, $4,300 was made. How much was spent? You tell
Probably
me.
more than that.
You tell me.
Um,
How much did you spend?
for like this last month,
Yeah, how much did you spend in the statements we saw, which is the most recent month? Yep. Most recent statements.
4,500.
Oh, that's interesting. $6,633.
That is more than I made.
Where the did that go?
Things that it shouldn't have, but things
Then why'd
that
it go there?
Fun.
That's not an answer. Is that an answer?
If it has to do with festivals, I was probably escaping kind of
Escaping.
from my family situation, and
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second, but how I know you're paid by the mile, but how often do you work? What does your work schedule look like?
So I work for a month at a time, and then
Then you take a month off?
no, I get a week off.
Oh, and then during that week you just rage?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I work with my ex, so that builds up a lot of pent up energy.
No, what do you mean works with? You're a long haul. Are you
Yeah,
guys dual
he's my
cabining?
co-driver. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
It's an extremely uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, what is that like?
Originally, it was really painful, and then we kind of grew into it like it would be more uncomfortable to drive with somebody else than it would be to drive with you. But then because we know each other so well. And
does it lead to moments?
No, not anymore that we're broken up. We've been broken up for 6 months now, but I'm not like...
Okay, because there's no ex I've ever had. This is inappropriate because we don't... Can I ask an inappropriate? Can I say something inappropriate?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never had an ex that I haven't seen again that we didn't end up doing something.
Yeah.
And I feel like driving with that ex would be an interesting situation.
It is certainly interesting, but we're both adults who have decided that we don't like each other anymore.
Why do you guys have to be cabin mates?
We would take a pay cut. Well, I don't personally want to drive with someone else because it would most likely be an older male that I don't know. And that would be a freaky situation. And if I were to drive solo...
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a professional situation regardless, though.
It is.
Like, okay.
It would just freak me out to be with someone else because I know him, but it's still uncomfortable at the same time. So I want to transfer to like a job that I can go home every day. I actually found a job that pays
you
pretty
want shorter routes.
Yeah, and I have my hazardous materials certification.
All right.
The job that I had before this one, it was a fuel job. So I've got, experience with fuel and like hazardous materials. So there's another job that pays $40 an hour and you get overtime. So I don't have to go by the mile.
Why don't you do this job?
Why do I do this one?
Why do you not do that job?
Right now, I am staying with this company because I have a surgery and I have...
what surgery?
A jaw surgery. So I have...
Coming up?
An overbite. Yes, probably October or November.
Oh, gosh.
And it's with, I have my insurance through this company and I went through the pre-approval process, which took a very long time and was not fun. So I don't want to do that again.
Have you ever Googled yourself? I did. And man, the amount of personal info floating around is just mind-boggling. Data brokers are out there selling our details, names, emails, addresses, even health records. It's all up for grabs. That's why I've been using today's sponsor, Aura. This gem shows me exactly which data brokers have my info and helps me send opt-out requests automatically. But it's not just shady data brokers putting your information at risk. Sometimes it's the companies we're supposed to trust. Did you guys happen to hear about the AT&T breach? Over 73 million records spilled out into the dark web. They recommend those affected to use strong passwords, monitor account activity, and consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. This is why I've been using Aura, today's sponsor. They do all of this for me. I don't have to download several different apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. So whether your data is being sold or leaked, Aura has you covered. Here's what you gotta do. Go to aura.com/hammer to start your 2-week free trial. Don't just take my word for it, check it out for yourself and take control of your online presence today. It's peace of mind, people. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. How much is that gonna cost you out of pocket?
So I've been considering that.
What do you mean you've been considering? I thought you were doing it.
Well, no, I've been considering how much it is going to cost.
How much is it going to cost?
$6,000 out of pocket. It's $32,000, and I have a high deductible health insurance plan.
Yeah.
I've been working down my high deductible by going to therapy and stuff, so it's going to be less than $6,000 now because I paid part of it with my HSA.
5?
Like 3,000.
Okay, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to not work for 2 to 3 weeks. That's the thing that I'm most scared of.
Yeah. Well, is there not? I mean, you can't take. There's no paid time off.
I do have PTO, but it's not gonna go out for the whole time.
Okay.
And it's also not as good as what I make.
So educate me on this surgery a little bit because I don't know much about it. Is this cosmetic? Or is this like
necessary.
Actual health? This is necessary.
It's medically necessary. That's why it's covered by my insurance in the first place.
Sure,
I have a 15 millimeter overbite, and they consider it medically necessary at 9 millimeters. So they're gonna take this jaw, cut it like in half and forward, and then wire my jaw shut. So I'm gonna have to drink out of a straw for like a month or so. I might go on my diet during that time though, like after that, because I'm probably gonna lose some weight anyways. So at that point,
then
might as well just continue.
You'll make that ex jealous. We got a new jaw and we lost some weight.
Right? Yeah. Get a whole new life after the surgery. I've wanted it my whole life, honestly. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, if it's medically necessary, then yeah,
my teeth don't meet up right, so.
So yeah, like, does that like? Well, what's the bad part of that? Like, what does it do?
They can grind on each other in the wrong ways, and that wear can cause cavities and could lose your teeth in the future if it doesn't get handled. Yeah, so it needs to be handled. I also can't bite things with like the front of my mouth, so it's just not fun in general. I have a harder time eating than other people.
Okay. So there is a lot of debt here, and you're about to drop another $3,000, and you're not willing to change to a job that does pay well to get away from your ex situation until after the surgery, though.
Yes.
And the surgery, we're going to have to take more time off than we have in any kind of paid time off. So it's an interesting financial situation. We're looking at self-assess. Where do you think you are? 0 to 10, 0 being the worst finances ever, 10 being the best.
Honestly, I would say like a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is medically necessary. So it's not like you're just doing this a want. You're not getting like a larger earlobe or something.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, not cosmetic, but they are going to take off like part of my chin because they said if they move my jaw forward, it's going to look like a witch's chin. So that part is technically cosmetic, but it's covered. They're getting it covered with it. So
yeah, we put witches to death, so I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, it would not be fun.
Okay, so let's go through this first debt. Then I want to hear about how you feel like you're escaping the family or something like that.
Okay.
But this first card is huge. First of all, how are you paying for the $3,000? Because I come on here. Yes, you can put $3,000 on here, but we're at a balance on the Discover It card. People love this one. Discover It.
When I first got it, I thought it was a good deal because it was 1.5x, and then at the end of the year, it gets doubled. So I did make $1,300 off of that card at the end of the year.
If you don't hold the balance, sure, wonderful.
I did it for an entire year.
Oh, great! And then it's $181 minimum monthly payment. So this is what with me off the bat. This ruins me, and I don't understand because you're trying to pay for a large surgery that you have to pay a lot of money for out of pocket because you're trying to live a better life. But you do the classic thing that people do on the show. You only paid barely above the minimum monthly payment, but then you took it from $5,490 to $8,333 while interest of $160.82 is accruing. So what the are you doing? Because you have something very important coming up. So what are you doing? Making your situation worse before that medically necessary $3,000 is about to hit.
Trying to escape the situation that I was in.
So that means going to New Day Eatery, meaning going inside a gas station, getting some bullshit, going inside a gas station, getting some bullshit, Peninsula Food, going to this espresso, going inside, getting some bullshit, this Apple in-app thing, the orange guy, tacos, going inside, getting some BS, McDonald's, Apple in-app crap, university, tobacco and vape, you vape. You're getting a medically necessary thing for the health of your life. Why kill your lungs at the same time?
I'm gonna quit when the surgery comes because obviously I can't vape during that time or I'll get dry socket. So that's gonna be 3 weeks.
Good, yes, good. I'm glad you're gonna be forced to quit. Yeah. And then McDonald's and Cracker Barrel, smoothie bar, going inside, getting some BS, KFC, Uber trip, Hawaiian Bros. Oh, going inside, getting some BS, Uber Trip, Panda Express, Dunkin' Donuts, going inside, getting some BS. Going inside, getting some BS.
Well,
going inside, getting some BS, McDonald's, Silver Dollar, Frugals, and you're not being frugal. In-app purchasing La Belle Crepes, First Street Haven, Son Goku.
Sushi.
Asian cuisine. Going inside getting some BS. Going inside getting some BS. Charlie's Philly Steaks. This is all in 1 month. 1 month on a card that you can't pay off. Going inside getting some bullshit. Going inside getting some bullshit. Going inside getting some bullshit. Just screwing out all of us. We have a $3,000 payment coming up. Dairy Queen. Subway. Going inside getting some BS. You know how you'd be getting a dry whatever if you smoked. I'm getting a dry whatever. Saying all these words because you're spending insanely. Subway. Going inside getting some bullshit. Jessica's Express. Executive Inn, Netflix, Bahama Mama Smoke Shop, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, go inside and do some bullshit, Uber Trip, in-app Apple crap, in-app Apple crap. Oh my gosh, in-app Apple crap. Please be the end of it. It is because it's at a 26.24% interest rate. What the what is that? That's a joke. You said this was because you're escaping? That's going out to eat every second of your life. And I know you're on the road a lot, but that's not the only thing you can do while you're on the road. So I don't want to hear that as the excuse.
Have you ever tried to wash dishes in a public bathroom?
Dishes? I don't give a about dishes. To give paper plates and dude. Disposable things, little
to cook.
Plastic bags.
There has to be microwavable.
Not everything. Things, meats and cheeses and crap in a cooler. Listen, I get it. This is the easier way to do it, and I wouldn't expect you not to eat it out at all.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you have a big surgery coming up, you can't pay off the car, the interest is accruing, and you're saying you built this up because you're trying to escape family or something?
Well,
that doesn't make any sense
food,
because it is just eating out. You there's
original
smoothies for lunch. There's so many options that don't involve cooking. And listen, I've never done the truck game. I don't want to do the truck game. Actually, no, I could see myself just throwing a podcast. I don't know. I feel like I'd kind of enjoy the road relatively, maybe. But either way, not a dream job, and I haven't done it, so I can't speak about it. But I've at least followed people on TikTok that do prepare meals in their truck.
Yeah, it is possible. I just need to do it. But are those people that you watch, are they individuals? Because this truck is moving about 24 hours a day.
Yes.
So it's really hard to like cook while someone's driving. There is, yeah.
Okay.
We do have something.
Microwave's chill, right?
Yeah, I have a microwave.
Oh.
It's just hard to eat microwave food all the time.
Buddy, you're going to KFC every second of your life. I don't give a shit. Get some frozen meals. You just lost it.
We don't have a freezer.
You just get a cooler. You just lost it, dude. That's it. If you have a microwave already, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I do.
Then you've lost it. You do not need to go out to eat.
Okay.
You do not need to go out to eat. Even if you could pre-prepare so many meals before you hit the road, pre-prepare so many meals, package them up, you wouldn't have to do the dishes. You could do disposable if you need to.
That would work for like the first week.
What do you mean? You could do 2 weeks at least.
Depends on what kind of food it is. Like a lot of stuff will rot by the end.
So you're out for a month?
Yeah.
Fully? Okay.
Yeah.
So even if the first half, you're saying you guys can't stop at a grocery store?
That is also something that is difficult. A lot of Walmarts don't allow truck parking and will tell
Walmart's the only store that exists.
There are others, but a lot of them don't allow it. A lot of places, they say that they don't allow it, like they'll put signs up. But
I'm going to say right now, and what I need a lot of people out there to know that I'm listening to, anytime I say something, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is going to be you walk outside and it's just going to come to you. No, obviously you go to a place and figure it out through your research. You know the roads. You've been doing it. You know the stores. You go to a place where you can park. Yeah. Even if you have to park at a gas station next to a Walmart for a second.
Those are rare. Very, very rare. And we don't have like a dedicated route or anything like that. So all the places that we're going through, they're different every time.
Okay, drop off the X. Drive around the block. Pick up the X. You gonna try to find an excuse for that one?
He doesn't like to grocery shop.
I don't give a shit. Can he drop you off?
If it were in the middle of the night when Walmart is closed, because that's when he drives. He drives nights, I drive days.
Okay. He can't drive 5 minutes during the day. 10 minutes.
Well, that would interfere with our DOT regulations.
Okay. Fair enough. I get that. There's still 24-hour places, though. They're more rare. There are 24-hour places still. And before the pandemic, a lot of places were 24 hours. But even still, there still are 24 hours. Again, I'm not saying you wouldn't go out to eat because it is a more difficult situation.
Yeah.
You will find yourself going out to eat, and let's budget for that, right?
Yeah.
You're going out to eat every meal.
Yeah.
Basically, and you have a microwave.
I'm a
and
foodie.
You have the ability to cool things if you need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a fridge?
There is. It's a mini fridge.
Oh my fuck.
I have a freezer though, so I can't have things that last longer than a week.
I know you can stop places once a week. I know you can make a stop.
Yes. Well,
once a week? Are you kidding me?
I have done that before, And I do have some things in my truck now that are like microwavable items. And every now and again, I still eat out just because when you have a microwaved food for all of your meals, it doesn't really feel like you're actually being sustained.
What's the relationship like in the cockpit?
In the cockpit, like with my
Yes.
co-driver?
Oh, yeah. Your ex.
It's hard to describe because we get mad at each other sometimes.
For what?
The silliest stuff.
All right, you took that left turn a bit weird.
There were times when I wasn't waking up as early as I should be. Like,
is it 12 off, 12 on?
Yeah.
Okay. You sleep more than 12 hours?
Well, so sometimes. Not usually. I don't usually get off work and then go straight to bed. There's usually a time where I have to like brush my teeth, clean up a bit, do my laundry, and then like a little bit of phone time after I worked for 11 hours, and then I go to bed after that.
Well, I'd get angry if the person showing up to work to relieve me for his limited free time also showed up late to work. That doesn't seem unreasonable, does it?
No.
Okay, so what else?
He's very rude.
Go on.
In all senses of the manner.
Go on.
If something happens that was completely outside of my control, there are things that are within my control, but there are things that are sometimes also.
But how's he rude, though? I'm trying to understand your workplace situation.
Basically telling me that everything is my fault and that I'm not going to get it right.
Okay.
And I live up to his expectations. I didn't used to be this way.
What way?
Like, I didn't used to have such a problem with finances.
You're blaming it on him?
No, it's me. I've just been really stressed out.
Okay. I mean, I'd be stressed if I was living with a ex, especially if it's a bad situation.
Yeah. It's not like bad per se. He's like a good person, but he is very hard on me.
Did you guys work together when you lived together? Or when you, did you guys work together when you were together?
Yes.
I mean, that's sketch in general. You gotta have a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And you're like literally
I desire
up.
space more than anything right now. And that's one of the reasons why I go to so many festivals and leave the house so much. It's because I had an individual that was living at my apartment after my ex moved out.
Okay, well, how many rooms do you have?
2.
Oh, okay, so they had a room?
Yes, but they trashed the whole house.
What? Why?
Yeah, because they are an undiagnosed, they have an undiagnosed mental disorder.
Why'd they live with you?
Because I'm related to them and I wanted to help this individual out. But he just got out yesterday. I basically paid him to get out of my house. Yes. So now that he's out of the house,
you said that you're related to? Is this the family that you're going away from, that you're running away from?
Yeah.
That you said?
Yeah. The house is just so trashed all the time. This individual literally boarded up the windows.
What the
Yeah, and the house was always in such a mess, and when I would come home, I would spend like 2 days just trying to clean it up to make it
doesn't
livable.
Sound like someone safe to have in your house.
Yeah, I got him out just yesterday.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to be going back. The reason I got him out actually is because I'm having an inspection today. I get inspected like twice a year.
Yeah.
And if the place isn't up to code, like there's literally boards on the windows, I get evicted. And I didn't want to be evicted.
I don't want you to be
So I had to pay my mom and another person to come and clean the apartment in order for it not to be a total ruin and for me to get evicted from this place.
Do you destroy apartments and board up windows? You can apply to be on this show at calebhammer.com. Apply, and I'll tell you to stop it. Okay. Well, I'm glad at least you got that person out of there. It doesn't sound like the kind of person we'd want around our safety place.
Yeah, no.
That's what you're running away from?
At home, yeah.
So
like if I'm at home,
you didn't want to be at home, so you ran away from that, and you didn't want to be at work, so you ran away from that.
Yeah.
Okay, festival. But
that's like a
again,
place.
You have this credit card debt that's accruing at 26.24% interest. How much are you spending on these festivals? How often? Festivals aren't cheap. I go to the our Austin City Limits Live once a year, and that ain't cheap.
This year, 2. Last year,
well, that's not every weekend.
3/4 because one of them is it's like 3 days, but it's indoor. It's still kind of like a festival, but it's not outdoors. Yeah, it's at the Tacoma Dome, so it's a really big venue in Tacoma.
What happens in there? You just live in there?
No, I usually end up getting a hotel with friends, and we stay the night there, and then go to the show for 3-4 days.
Okay.
It's a great avoidance tactic for whenever I'm home.
I'm sure. Is it a great money tactic?
No. But I love it still. I would love to be able to budget so that I can still attend some, but I do need to cut down.
When was the last time you went?
To like a festival?
Yeah, that you're spending all this money on, hundreds if not thousands.
So I go to like raves too, which aren't quite the same as festivals. Festivals are like 3 to... How often?
Yeah, and how much does it cost?
It can be about $70 a ticket. And then if you're going to be staying somewhere, because I'm about a 2-hour drive from Seattle. So I've tried to make that drive back home in the middle of the night and had to pull over and sleep because I get so tired. You know, they end at like 2 a.m. and then you have a 2.5-hour drive home.
We live very different lives.
Yeah.
I'm in bed at 11 at the latest.
I'm hoping that will be my life now that this individual is out of my apartment and I'm not.
So you're stopping the rave and
every once in a while. I love the music.
Sure.
Love.
Well, I'm not saying I even want you to stop what you're into, but you have debt that you can't pay off.
Yeah.
You're adding more debt.
I know this isn't very long, but for the past week I haven't touched it at all.
Okay. Well,
I know that's not very long. I know.
That means nothing. Oh, I'm going to come on the show, so let me stop for a week. Okay, that's nothing.
I know. But I am ready to make a change.
When's the next time you're going to a festival or rave?
The next week.
Okay. See, what the are we doing then?
I bought those a while ago.
So it really doesn't matter what the you've been doing this last week then. Does it?
This one, though, this festival that I'm going to, I wouldn't miss for my entire life. Like,
what is it?
So I actually have a tattoo of their symbol. They're performing.
What symbol? The symbol of the festival?
The symbol of the artist. So their name's Odessa, and they're throwing.
I know Odessa.
Yeah, they're throwing a festival. It's called The Last Goodbye.
Oh wait, no, I know a town called Odessa.
This one's actually not spelled the same. It has a Z in it. Like I know what you're talking about because I've passed through that town before in the truck. Odessa, like Odessa. Odessa, the artist is Odessa. I know this song.
It's probably copyrighted, so mute them. Just play some sick beats over that, Brandon or Salah. But it says I've watched this before, so I must know of Odessa's existence.
Yeah, they're my favorite. They've been the number one on Spotify for the past 6 years for me.
Oh, for you? Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and they're throwing for 3 days, and they're making a new installation that they haven't done for any of the other shows because they're from Seattle. So this is their home state.
Okay.
It's going to be
incredible.
How much are you
spending?
Life-changing. I think I spent...
Life-changing.
Yeah, I've seen them twice before.
Wow,
it's
okay.
almost a religious experience. It's incredible. I love the community.
You sound like a Swiftie.
It's a little different, but...
Mm-hmm. That's what everyone wants to say when they're compared to a Swiftie.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
So the ticket was probably $350. That was actually on the cheaper end. That's like the GA kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then I also had to pay for the camping. I'm going to be splitting that between 3 people. It was $200, so it's going to be about $70 a person. And they're also going to be paying for the gas because I'm going to be driving them.
You know what else is life-changing? Spending $6,000 in a month when you make $4,500.
Yeah.
That's life-ruining.
Yeah. I do want to change
And we're
that.
just going to go spend $1,000 on this?
I paid for this a long time ago.
Yeah, but you're going to get the tickets
food,
came out. You're doing the camping that you're splitting.
Definitely going to be budgeting, and we're going to be bringing like our own food. We're not going to be paying for the food in the festival.
Yeah, has everyone agreed on that?
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
So that's different than your entire existence so far. All of a sudden.
Yeah, because it's recent. Now I'm really trying to make a change, especially now that my life is starting to come together because I don't have this individual living in my space anymore. That's kind of the breakthrough point where I feel like I finally can be home and make my life better.
Maybe you could also get the balance of this next card down instead of doing things that are just fun.
What do you think of like consolidation?
I wouldn't trust you. Did you see the spending on that last card? That doesn't make any sense. You're just going to build all the balances all the way back up. You're going to consolidate. Your behavior's not going to change. You're just going to f up.
I've taken the cards off of my phone. I brought them here with me. If you have a shredder, I can shred them.
That's great. Let's do that, but 1 week.
I know.
That's nothing.
So when it comes to getting my goals figured out and done, I don't trust myself until I figure out exactly what it is and I dedicate myself to it. When I was in school, I got my my associate's degree before I graduated high school because I dedicated myself to it, and I have proven to myself that when I set myself on a goal, I will get there.
I hope so.
Yeah. I hadn't had the chance to set myself on it yet because there was so much other moving elements in my life.
Okay. Well, we have this freedom to be quiet. 7,826. This is interest free right now.
Yes.
Okay. When does the interest kick in?
I believe it's December.
Oh, it's the end of this year. You have to pay. I would like to consolidate it. Why? Did we not just go over how that's bad? Even if you have goals, your behavior hasn't changed. You've done a week. And even still, you're going to a music festival next week.
Prove to myself in like 2 months, no using the cards.
2 months, I don't know, man. That's pretty damn.
The interest is pretty crazy on the other card, and I don't want it to get on to that.
No,
card.
I agree. You know what? I agree. I would love you to consolidate.
Yeah, but you don't trust me to be able to.
I don't trust you to consolidate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love people to consolidate. Look, this last month, you spent 6,000 hours. You brought in 4,500. You've been okay for a week.
Yeah.
That scares me.
I know it needs to be longer.
You're likely getting in a worse position.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, but that interest rate is crazy on the other card. And that one is going to be crazy too come December. It might be a bad idea.
I mean, you still had purchases on this. Some on WS dot good to go. Is that tolls?
Yeah. I probably just need to take the tolls off.
Yeah, take it off. It's on a credit card. Again, you can't manage it. You're not a credit card person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not. If you anything, get a card like the Fizz card that at least works for people like you. And that's okay. It's okay not to be a credit card person. And again, maybe you can be. Maybe you can consolidate someday. I just don't. 1 week, that gives me no confidence.
Yeah.
That gives me no confidence.
Yeah, it sucks for them in this.
And you're going to be out of this job for a bit. You have a $3,000 thing coming up. I don't want you to be like, oh, now there's some room on a credit card because I consolidated. Let me pay the $3,000. You still haven't answered how you're going to pay for that.
Because it's going through my insurance, I believe that my insurance will like pay it, and then I pay my insurance, and I can do payments to the insurance.
So you're doing debt.
Interest-free debt.
Debt. You're not paying for it. You're adding more to your minimum monthly payments.
I can try and save up for it.
This is your minimum monthly payments.
I want to at least save up for like the time that I am going to be off, you know?
No, I agree. Do that. Great. But when you're doing that, you're going to have less income in that situation. You're saving up to live off of that. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid you will then just spend on credit cards because that's what you've been doing.
Yeah. So maybe wait until after the surgery to consolidate. Till I
if you consolidate, I don't know how much. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if I trust you to do that. I mean, you were literally spending on this card. Either way, you have 6 months to pay it off until interest accrues. So you need to pay a real minimum monthly payment of $1,319 on this a month.
Okay. To get it paid off before December.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a
normally $78 a month because they want that.
So would I want to pay that one first or the one that's already accruing interest?
We'll talk about that. Let's assess the entire situation first.
Okay.
Because we have a car next. 2024. Why do you even need this? You're in a truck all the time. You don't drive, except for 1 week.
Yeah. Well, with festivals,
it's an expensive situation. Yeah, with festivals, you can drive a 10,000 car to it.
Well, I was involved in a car accident, and I was
sorry to hear that, but I don't see that means we get a $35,000 car. I have an exciting channel announcement, and it's one of the most exciting things we've done so far. By popular demand, we've launched a new tier to our channel memberships. There you'll get an exclusive audit that can't be found anywhere else. It's ad-free and completely uncensored on the first Tuesday of every month. On the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, myself and members of the company will be doing exclusive member live streams where we hang out with you and talk about whatever you want to live. And finally, on the third Tuesday of every month, we'll be posting a new behind the scenes podcast called Crewcast, where we'll be discussing everything behind the scenes at Hammer Media. And of course, this new tier gets access to all the badges, emojis, and the financial audit post show. This is honestly going to be really fun, and I'm super excited. And we kicked it off this week with an exclusive couples audit and an updated office tour since we've expanded so quickly. Check it out, link in the description below and in the pinned comment.
I really wanted something that I knew was safe.
Cars 5 years ago are all of a sudden the most dangerous things that have ever been created in the history of the world, and everyone dies when they get in a car crash from cars 5 years ago.
If I don't know their history, I'm not necessarily a car
history
person.
Of what?
Like the last person that used the car.
Okay, isn't that Carfax?
I guess I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually solutions to when we bring up an excuse to do something that's $35,000.
Yeah.
Usually there's like answers to the excuses.
Answers to the excuses.
Well, what do you think it's worth today? Because this is why it's bad.
Probably not as much as I paid for it, but
Well,
I have
yes,
gap
give me a
insurance.
Gap insurance. Okay, cool.
30,000.
24.
24?
Welcome to cars.
Are you serious?
You bought a new car. Come on.
I didn't know it was going to be that much less.
That's how it works.
I do plan on running it into the ground as long as I didn't get.
I hope so, because
Yeah.
this is expensive. Better not upgrade. You're at a
I'll have it paid off in
6.29%
6
interest rate, which isn't the worst.
Yeah.
Not good though, because you're barely beating the market, especially when you include depreciation. You're certainly not.
Mm-hmm.
So we still want to pay off this. And look at this, a $623 minimum monthly payment. That's insane. That's a horrendous minimum monthly payment just going to a car. That's disgusting. What?
I don't know. Yeah. It is gross. I do love that car.
It's a car.
It's like the one nice thing that I have in my life.
But you can have so many nice things. If you clear out your debt, you have a fully funded emergency fund, and you have a little bit of retirement set up, and I know you have like a few pennies set aside, but you could have so many nice things. You're rushing into it though.
Yeah.
You're preventing yourself from having more nice things because you're getting yourself in a situation where you have incredibly high Hey, you gave yourself a $623 minimum monthly payment on this car when you need to put $1,319 towards the Freedom Card.
Yeah.
To pay it off in
I
time.
got that
You're
back
making
in
it
October,
harder.
So I think that
you're
at that
making
time I didn't have as high of credit card debt.
Okay, then you did it worse. Then you did it even worse because you went into credit card debt even though you had a $623 minimum monthly payment on your car.
Yeah.
So that's even
like
worse.
In the span of like
You're preventing
everything
yourself.
in my life.
The nice things that you want, you're preventing yourself from getting. You are preventing yourself from getting because you just wanted the nice car right now at 23. Dude, you could have had a nice car at 26, 27 and it would have been fine.
I also didn't want to worry about it anymore. Like, I didn't want to worry about having to upkeep it. Like,
you know what?
I agree.
But even
I got like oil changes for the lifetime of the car that I have it. It's gonna be like synthetic.
but who knows if that's worth it? Who knows what you paid?
It was
if it's
$800.
If it's like some for the lifetime of the car. How often do people usually keep cars? I know you say you're gonna run it into the ground, but life is.
Yeah, if somebody crashes
turns.
into me, or I
well, there's not even
someone.
that. Life takes turns. Sometimes you want a new car. Like, I know you say you don't right now, but life is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe that's not the absolute worst. And again, a lot of people just do their own oil changes.
Yeah, I don't have the space for that.
Off of YouTube.
At my apartment, I don't have the space to do that. And also, I already have just that week off after working an entire month. At that point, I
spend more than $25 on oil changes.
I had gotten a cheap oil change on my last car, and they forgot to put oil back in it, and I left. So I'm never doing that again.
Well, that sounds like they sound. It sounds like you went to a special place.
It was
full of special people. I probably shouldn't be working there.
Yeah.
But that extra $800 when you're so far underwater, that does kind of scare me. I mean, you're just, again, I agree with the general concept. I don't want you putting a ton of money into the car. But again, when it comes to excuses and reasons why we went and got a $35,000 car, we're going in. If we're getting like a $15,000 used car, we're going and getting it checked out by a mechanic, maybe 2 mechanics if you're doing thorough research.
Yeah.
Making sure they look at everything, spend a little bit of money just to have them be like, okay, you might have to replace this in this amount of time. It might not be safe for this reason, these kind of things. And then you don't get it. Or they give you their seal of approval and you're like, okay, you know what? This is actually a smart purchase. Those are things you can do, and you could have saved yourself right there $20,000.
Yeah. That was a lot of extra work.
Yes.
I feel like
and a little extra effort saves you $20,000
working, and that's where my
you get a week
work
off.
Goes to.
Yeah, but a full week instead of going to a rave. Maybe we went to one mechanic.
But if you worked for like an entire month, would you want to spend that whole week off? Just
no, want? No, kidding me? No, it's not about wants though.
Yeah.
This is literally your future. This is your existence. I'm a little confused why wants supersede the longevity of your financial health and life. It doesn't make sense.
Shouldn't.
Okay, well, there you go. You've answered your question, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I don't want to be a hard ass, but I mean, at the same time, it's just like,
I understand it wasn't the best decision.
Don't make it to the point where
if
you're underwater on this car by $10,000, I don't think you're getting $100 lifetime oil changes.
Yeah. I'm going to run it into the ground, but it doesn't. Yeah, if I pay it off in 6 years and I keep it for 20, that's 14 years that I'm not paying for a car that's reliable and also keeps me safe.
I don't know. I might borrow $10,000 to sell it, pay off the loan, borrow an additional $10,000, and then get a $10,000 car. That might be what I'm doing. But I'm a get out of debt kind of person, a bad debt kind of person.
I also want to get out of
debt.
well,
there's a solution, and what you did is not.
Yeah.
Amazon. Do you pay this card off every month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cancel that one. Good job. That's a demonstration of a potential future credit card person.
I used to do that until I was trying to escape. But I'm now in therapy to try and teach myself coping mechanisms so that way when life gets worse again, it always does and it always will, that I'm not trying to run away from my situation. I feel like that's been the theme of my life recently is I need to stop running because every time I do, I screw myself over worse.
But I hear that and I empathize with that. What helps you though in that situation is having a nest egg of like an emergency fund. If you had to run away from your apartment right now because that person was messing with it, but you just couldn't get them out, you could stay in a hotel for a week with, if what we did was properly budget, properly manage our finances, not have to just rely on debt. Mm-hmm. You could have put yourself up somewhere and we could have, maybe you're working with authorities or mental health services or something. That gives you the opportunity. That gives you the safety. It's a safety net for a reason. That gives you the safety. I don't want you to always have to be running. I don't know. You're putting yourself in a risky position because we're deciding to eat out every second of our life, get a car that is way too much for your situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think those are... I don't think they're immature childish behaviors like many people on the show, but I still think they're ignorant decisions and kind of you're putting yourself in a bad position. You're kind of f***ing your future.
I know.
You're f***ing your present.
And I had such high hopes for my future too.
Yeah, but you say something. Well, I mean, come on, you're 23. There's a lot of future to have. Like we can talk about how to turn this around and we will. So, I mean,
I'm just disappointed because I'm usually not this kind of person.
Well, what's usually? You've been an adult for only 5 years. So
I feel like I've grown up really fast as a kid.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say that, but I was able to get a lot of things done that, like, I actually broke the history of my school. There had only been one other person who had gotten their associate's degree before they'd graduated high school, and that was my precursor to what I thought the rest of my life was going to be like.
And how did we end up where we are?
Running away from things that I need to solve.
Okay, what then? You give us some actual thing. I've heard this run a lot. Give us some like actual substance behind that statement.
Okay. Running from like both emotions and physical things. Like before this individual lived at my apartment, I lived there with my ex. And it was kind of a loveless relationship. Like, he was always playing video games. And I know that I could have been there, but it just reminded me so much of the failure of the relationship.
What? You being there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. There's tissues right there if you need them.
So I would just go to festivals to distract myself from it. I literally don't even know I'm crying right now. I'm literally over this. And so we like lived together. And so I would run away from it, and eventually he moved out.
But you were both running away, it sounds like. He runs away internally playing video games, but then you run away. I don't know. Like, I don't want to put the blame on him or you or anyone, because I wasn't there. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it sounds like you both were doing, like, running away from each other.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
But I did it in a financially irresponsible way, and he did it in a way that didn't cost money. So.
Oh, trust me, I've seen gamers blow money.
Yeah, he's very fiscally responsible, and I aspire to be a little bit more like him when it comes to finances.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So that's your running away?
That was the beginning of it. Yeah, because that's when I started to get into debt, was when I started going to festivals. That's when I got used to spending money on credit cards in the first place. Was because I would see this festival coming up and I'm like, oh, it doesn't help that I also love them, It's a passion of mine. I love music. It lights me up inside. But that combined with the fact that I also didn't want to be home. So those two things together, I would buy festival tickets before I had the money for them. And that got me used to spending money that I didn't have.
Sure.
And then after he moved out, this individual moved in and trashed my place for like 6 months. I would always ask him to just clean up after himself. It's not that big of a deal,
Yeah.
And every time I would come home and it would be even worse. And I left it. I started taking pictures of how I would leave the place so that when I come back, I know I'm not just crazy. It's like
6
horrible.
months. Why didn't you try to get him out quicker?
It's been a long process because this individual is 19 years old and they have a mental disorder that is
can't live at home.
Strong. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do with this individual, and I felt like his last straw was to be with me.
Where do they live now?
They're going back to Minnesota with another individual that I know. In their car, probably going to be on my grandparents' farm in the car.
Okay. On the car? In the car? On the property?
On the property.
They're going to live in the car on the property.
Mm-hmm.
What the Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why it was hard to get it figured out, because it's like, I know the position that you're in and it sucks.
You can't live in a dangerous place.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And it got to that point now. There were a few misunderstandings and I needed him to be out by the time I was going to be inspected so I didn't get evicted. So I reached my breaking point, and yesterday I was like, you need to get out. Please get out of my house so I can come back and not be evicted, because my stuff, if I get evicted and my stuff gets thrown out and I'm working, all my stuff is gone, and I can't make it back there in time to grab it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a tough situation, but I should have handled it better.
Well, I mean that's where you were. That's where you were. You ran. Are you still running, though? Because you're going to this concert next week. That's my concern.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's why. But a week is nothing in anything. A week is nothing in dieting. A week is nothing in financial budgeting. A week is nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I empathize with what you're saying in the past. It does not change my fear for your future, unfortunately.
Yeah. I need to learn to stop running. This festival that I'm going to, though, it almost wouldn't have mattered what position that I was in. I seriously wouldn't have missed it for anything. I would have found any way to go. I don't
even know what to say about that, though. I can't combat that. I don't know. You're choosing that over your life. That's more important to you than your actual life. Experiences are important. There's going to be a lot of experiences you can have. You can't pay off these credit cards. Like $1,319 is your required minimum payment on that Freedom card to get to a place. And what you want to do to get out of this is consolidate, which is not going to be what saves you. Not with your spending habits. 1 week is not going to do it. Are these your medical debts?
Yes.
So you owe a total of $599?
$599, like $599? It's hard to say because some of this stuff you pay it through the app, but
well, it says total owed. It's $599.
I know that there is something on there that's like $2,000. That's from the car accident, and I'm still
at the end. It says total owed is $599.
That's weird because there is something that should be on there that was $2,000. Yeah, this is just, and it was also on the United
that's
Healthcare.
another one. There's two.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like you owe $599 for this medical one. I assume you're not on a payment plan yet?
I am for one of them.
Which one? The expensive one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about $223 a month.
Look, dude,
okay. This is going to be solved once I get done with my attorney. Like, it's still ongoing. The case is ongoing, and it's going to be
what
covered.
Case?
Car accident. I got hit. So.
But I mean, you're assuming you're gonna win. Legal systems.
I know it was from the get-go. They admitted they admitted at
you
fault.
have that in writing and
yes,
video
it's
and audio.
It's on the police report.
Okay.
Yes, they admitted fault, so it is going to be covered 100%. There was a disabled individual in the vehicle of the car.
So why'd you get on a minimum monthly payment then if it's gonna be covered?
Because it's not going to be covered until they're done with the case. They're still gathering their, like, any kind of medical expenses that I have. Because I was truck driving at the time, there were a few hospitals that I went to that were out of state that I'm having issues finding which ones they were. I don't know what their names were. They haven't sent me emails. They haven't sent me anything in the mail. So I'm having a hard time finding those claims. But at this point, I'm actually curious what you would do. Because, like, if I don't get this figured out, I'm going to have to pay off all of this medical debt up until the point that they do it. Would you let it go to collections, the thing that you can't find, or would you just...
No, well, that's going to credit, and I don't think you're in a position where you want your credit to be...
Could you dispute it? Because I don't know where it is. I've looked everywhere. I've looked in my email. I've looked in my mailbox.
What does your lawyer recommend?
They say to find it.
Is there anywhere online you can request at all?
If I knew the name of the place that I went to, I don't even know the route that I was on. I know the state of one of the places that I went to. There were 2 hospitals.
Oh, yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah. I had given them my information too, and I had given them my health care.
And they didn't...
They didn't charge it.
Would your trucking company be able to give you a location if you know the date?
It's possible. I think that they delete everything after like 6 months. And
well, contact them. At least see there's a place to start.
Okay. Yeah. And I do remember that I think one of the hospitals was somewhat off route.
See where you're swiping your card around that date? Just get a general idea.
Okay.
Start making some calls. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you got to do a little bit of work.
Yeah. I have been looking at going through all of my 2 different email accounts to see if any of them showed up, checking my mail.
You haven't gone through your email?
No, I have.
Oh.
I've checked both of them and looked at the dates that they were up to a month before and after, and there's nothing from either of them. And that's really the thing that's holding us back.
You don't have history of your routing?
Up until 6 months. They deleted after 6 months, I believe.
What about like Google Maps? Do you use that at all?
Mm-mm. We have our own system. Because Google Maps will put you under a bridge.
If you know what city you were in via purchases, and we know you purchase like multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, we should be able to at least call the hospitals in that town.
Okay.
Right? That's basic.
Yeah. I don't think that maybe I bought stuff in like surrounding towns.
Sure.
But whenever I went to the hospital, I hadn't bought anything in that town.
Are you sure? Because you go out to eat 3 times a day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that all your debt?
I think so. Yeah, the 2 credit cards, and the medical debt, and the car.
$42 and what is this? So savings, and then And then in the checking account, 1,511. Here we go again. This doesn't make sense, dude. You're spending so much money. And the music festival thing, it's not the biggest opposition thing in the world, because if it's a once in a lifetime, well, you've already seen them twice, so what the actually, never mind.
It's their finale.
Yeah, for now.
For at least the next 6 years if they're not retiring.
But let's pretend that's okay. Even there, with all this debt you have to pay off, again, you're going to Wendy's. You are getting TikTok Shop, McDonald's, Dickey's Barbecue, Dunkin' Donuts, going inside, getting some BS, Old West Trading, Crazy Rock, Curiosity Stream. I like it, but you just can't afford it. Going inside, getting some BS. And wait, what is this? You got? Oh no, what is this? Amazon, $250. What'd you get? The f did you get?
Might have been festival equipment for camping.
See, I told you you're spending like $1,000 on this total.
At least I've finished buying things for the festivals.
That doesn't matter. You're not paying on your debt. I don't give a f when you paid for it.
Yeah.
You're not paying your debt. Venmo, Nintendo, McDonald's, Spotify, going inside, getting some BS, Starbucks, Erica's Cafe, McDonald's, Popeyes, going and getting some BS, Two-Door, whatever, going inside, getting some BS, Carl's Jr., Asian Fusion, Starbucks, MetaPay, setting out through MetaPay, $150. Oh, more MetaPay, $80 that time. Starbucks, something, Kent Station, something, and more MetaPay. Willie Smoke, Starbucks, Domino's, MetaPay, $20. Are these Facebook games?
No, that's probably with my co-driver. Sometimes if one of us buys something, then
your ex.
Yeah, like if we're both eating food and one of us buys it, then the other one pays the other person.
Going in and getting some BS, going in and getting some BS, going in and getting some BS, Starbucks, going in and getting some BS, going in and getting some BS, going in and getting some BS, McDonald's, going in and getting some BS. Yeah, we know you can up places. You do it every second of your life. Big Flavor, Starbucks, MetaPay, Starbucks. Your spending's insanity. And you're smiling about it, but your spending's insanity. Insanity.
Yeah.
What the f is okay, fine. Maybe the meal. Let's excuse the meals for a second. The amount of times you stop for coffee and drinks, like, you have debt. And you think that something bad is going to happen, meaning you have to run again. But instead of setting yourself up for that, you're putting yourself in a bigger hole that's going to prevent you from even being able to run in the future.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is the spending on food that I
know. What do you mean? That's what I just went through.
Yeah. I guess when I say festivals and stuff, that's what kind of got me into spending.
Buddy, I didn't see festivals on here. I'm not talking about festivals. I'm talking about your spending.
Most of it is the spending on food now.
Yes, I know. What are you saying?
That
what are you trying to tell me?
Work on not eating out so much.
Yes. Yes, you do. What are you going to do in order to do that? What's going to actually change? I need to work. That means nothing. That means, guys. I need to work on working out more. Boom. Did I just solve it? Did I just solve that I'm going to be working? No. What are you going to do?
I am going to go to Walmart weekly.
Oh, I thought you said you can't.
I'm going to trip plan.
Oh, so all of a sudden it's possible. Now that we're not making excuses.
Every now and again, it is. Okay. There are some places that don't allow it, but if I look ahead of time and I know where I'm going.
Oh, so if we take a little bit of effort. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Look ahead of time. Stop at the Walmart. Also got to make sure that we can make it to the Walmart before it closes. But yeah, going to Walmart and buying food there and not eating out.
Good.
As much.
It's a start.
Yes.
What are you going to get at Walmart?
For the past week, I have been doing that. But
again,
I know
a week is nothing to me. Don't bring it up again. That annoys me.
Okay.
A week is nothing. A week is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
A week is nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've attempted a diet for many week. and then, you know, you fall
and
off.
then you fall back
But
in.
I've been doing it for like a solid almost like 3 weeks now. Now I can kind of say I'm like on a diet because I've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, down some decent poundage. I should weigh tomorrow and see where we're at. Though I think I might be getting pizza later.
Beside the point.
You know, listen, it's debate night, and
oh, is this excuses?
Listen, it is. It is. I get 2 days.
You're gonna tell me no excuses.
You go to 4 music festivals a year. I get 2 days every 4 years. Okay.
2 days every 4 years, you're eating pizza. You're telling me that's the only time you eat pizza.
2 days every 4 years, I get to nom and watch 2 old men that can barely stand up yell at each other.
Okay, well, once in possibly a lifetime, I get to see my favorite artist perform 3 days in a row.
Once in a possibly lifetime. You've seen them twice.
3 days in a row. And they're also doing an incredible setup that they haven't done ever before. Could be the last time that they ever perform.
Yeah, and then you'll find the next artist. That'll be the last time because you went to 4 concerts.
They were my number one on Spotify for the past 6 years.
Honestly, I really don't care.
Okay.
That's not what was killing you.
I know. That's just what got me into it. That's what got me
into getting food?
Into using money that wasn't mine, getting used to it.
What happens if you don't get this job?
I will apply for another one. I'm not quitting a job until I have another one lined
Good.
up.
So you're not miserable?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's not comfortable.
How often are you applying for jobs?
I haven't been applying for them yet because it's too early. My surgery.
When's the surgery?
October or November. We don't have a date quite. I might go to my orthodontist. They're probably going to set it.
See, and you do all this while that's coming up too. That's another thing
It's scary.
And then you're going to go into debt to them. You already said $3,000.
Unless I can get some real together before then.
Well, yeah, that's what this conversation's about. Mm-hmm. But you haven't, so okay.
I haven't shown it previously, but I'm taking accountability by embarrassing myself.
Okay. $3,000 in a health savings account. Happy to see that. $12,000 in a 401k.
Oh, hey,
Happy to
right
see
there. Surgery. Paid for.
Oh, that's what you're going to use?
My HSA, possibly. Yeah, if I don't...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do it.
Because it is tax-free. And
Why didn't you say that before?
I forgot that I had an HSA.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. I have 2 HSAs, actually. Well, no, not 2. I transfer one from one to another account so I can actually invest it.
I thought it was going to be a big thing we were going to have to solve, but you just made my day easier. $12,000 in a 401k. Okay. There's actually a great start for your age. Okay.
I think that 401k, we have like a match.
So what's weird is you show
like 10%.
some behavior things that are actually kind of good that many people on the show don't. But then you also show some of the worst spending for your situation and a really dumb car purchase compared to a lot of people as well. You're polar opposites on so many things. Like you have some good decision, good sacrifice, good maturity. And then some is just the worst. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Which means I don't know which direction you're going to go in. Which one's going to pull the other one?
This is kind of the deciding point.
I don't know. So I think a lot of the mature things that you've been doing, like the HSA and the 401k, a lot of those are automatic. So you don't have to think about them. Those are autopilot. Yeah. But the things that you have to make daily choices on, they're over here. And your daily choices are bad and immature and irresponsible. So I think when you're actually going in to make a decision, you don't make the right decisions. But if you're able to put things on autopilot, that's when
if I'm able to think about it for a certain amount of time ahead of time, then I will usually make the right decision. If it comes up right away, then I will probably make the wrong decision. It's whether or not my thoughts can intervene. So like with the HSA and the 401k, those are things that I thought about and I decided to do. Maybe I just need to make it more automatic that I make the right choices, like only allowing a certain amount in an account that is my spending account or something.
We are basically halfway through the year, and I need to make sure you guys are saving your money in the right place. In my resources section in the description below, you can sign up for one of the best high yield savings accounts there are, but you can also get $300 for free with qualifying deposits. You can also get FDIC insurance up to $2 million on your money and get 4.6% on the money that's just sitting there. It's exactly where I put my money. Why let your money lose money when it could be making money? It's the biggest no-brainer in the world world. Open up a SoFi high yield savings account now and get that $300 for free. So right now, your unknown shopping is $2,000. That's usually Amazon, Walmart crap. Let me look. Yeah, it was Walmart. Jeez, what the f*** at Walmart? Because I know it's not groceries. You spent $1,373 at Walmart and $654 at Amazon. The f*** are you getting? It's like half your paycheck.
Gear.
Okay, so this festival thing is starting to get to like $2,000 now minimum, and you made it sound like it wouldn't even get beyond $700 earlier. So like, I don't know what the f*** you're talking about, dude.
Future reference, now it won't because I have all of.
You mean more spending? It won't cost an additional $700
if I ever budget again for a festival.
You're not going to be doing that for a while.
Yeah.
That's an insane amount of money. That's where your extra thing, your miscellaneous bullshit, stopping in and just getting some extra crap, 10.5% of your spending. And again, your spending is already $1,500 over what you earn. So that's already horrendous. 15% went going out to eat. 2% with the phone. What's your phone payment? Verizon $157. How much? Or what is it? What are you doing? Is it financed?
Well, it's paid off now, but I have a watch, which I set down, and then I have an iPad as well.
Oh, and they're financed?
Yeah. I think that they're interest free. But
okay,
I've just
take your phone and get its
Wi-Fi
coverage on Helium for $20 a month, because that's ridiculous. This is insane.
Yeah, it also includes like my hotspot and stuff, and I'm getting rid of my Wi-Fi because the other individual that lived with me, they were the only one that needed it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So it'll take in like
$80 this is ballooned. Let's see if this budget even works. So okay, $4,500 comes in. What's your rent?
$960.
Yeah, that's not bad. And total utilities?
With just me not being there, probably like $40.
Internet?
I'm getting rid of it. I don't need it.
Oh, okay. Gas, vroom, vroom, drive.
Variable.
Yes, give me a monthly average.
$100?
Car insurance?
I believe $200.
This car is costing you so much money. It's crazy.
Yeah, I paid every 6 months, and it was like $1,200. So
I have to budget in getting. I budget in. You getting out of this. Your minimum monthly debt payments, including the medical payment, which hopefully we get rid of soon. Is $1,105. Your phone total was what again? It was insane.
I think now it's $165 because
I hope you
they just jacked their prices.
Yeah,
I do want to switch.
Cheap, fun, anything else you need to survive, $100. Groceries, gonna make it a little more expensive because you're gonna have to get some more pre-prepared things in order to prepare them on the road, and that's okay. $400. Anything else I need to put in your budget that's not there?
Savings?
No. You're
Don't
paying off debt,
like
dude.
an emergency fund?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about the process, but okay. So I mean, right now it's your spending right now, your stupid festival choices, because you have so much left over. Right now, you have $2,535 left over on a monthly basis. Well done. Oh wait, nope, that's a lie. $965 because I didn't include the debt minimum monthly payments. Sorry. But still, $900, that's pretty good. But you know what? You can't actually make the full minimum monthly payment that you need for the freedom in order to pay it off debt free anymore. You can't do it. So that's going to get there. So, and then the other one's at a higher interest rate anyway. Oh, but the consolidation, though, can help you save interest. I'm afraid of the gates that'll open for you.
Yes. When I put my mind to something, I do it. My problem is that I don't often put my mind to something.
Yeah, and I honestly, no offense, I can't trust that. I don't know you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to make a path based on that.
Okay.
I mean, 2 months, I'd save up a 1 month emergency fund. Minimum monthly payments on everything. Can't really pick up more hours or more jobs. Takes 8.5 months to pay off the Discover card. Freedom card will be obviously accruing interest within those last 2 months. But if that saves you more money over the long run, but not getting into more debt, might be worth it. I mean, I'm excited to see your follow-up and see what you end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
So 8.5 months for that. Then you get a little more that you get to throw towards the other one for minimum monthly payments. Call it 7 months, so 7. Okay. Okay, so it takes 17 months to get a 1 month emergency fund, pay off the Discover It, and pay off the Freedom. Then your car is also just kind of gross and insane. And so at that point,
I believe that's at like 6
17.
years to pay that off.
Great. At this point, you'd probably have about 1,250 left over on a monthly basis, assuming no pay increases. Then the car still takes 2.5 years to pay off. Your income's not bad, is the thing. You've just allowed yourself to get into more debt with your spending. It's your immaturity and your choices and just thinking you can kick down the can. And you wanted to get a nice car. It's the nice thing in my life. Well, now this nice thing in your life is preventing you from getting out of bad debt for 4 years or so. Like, and that doesn't make sense. And then and only then can you get a fully funded emergency fund. And that, you're 27 at that time. And you need the low jaw
surgery. Yeah.
Which hopefully the HSA covers, but you say it's
I'm
also
more
paying
worried
for
about
co-pays.
Yeah.
For your
kind of worried about like
$300 a
not
month.
being able to work during that time because I've
Then there's
done
that,
like
so
the
I don't
PTO
get
and
it.
the PTO doesn't pay as much as we make when we drive. So it's going to be less.
At least to learn how to do. Okay, following the budget is going to be the most important thing. Having any money left over is going to get you there. So definitely go through the budgeting class. You can take it while your ex is driving the car.
Okay.
Just take the budgeting class, take the quizzes. Also take the investing class because it looks like you're getting into investing, so we can at least help you determine what kind of investor you are and the strategies around them.
I would love to get into real estate, but
an extra, well, that's not a part of your conversation just yet. That's okay.
Yeah,
we
not
can get
right
there.
now. Eventually.
And you'll get an extra $100 in cash gifts from me that Moo gave to me for you, which was really cool.
Sweet.
So
Thank
take
you.
those, but I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of debt quicker. And it's a little hard because in your current job, it's not like you can do much more.
Yeah. Once I get to the next job, then I can do.
Yeah, but you're assuming you're getting that job.
Yeah. It's been out there for a while. I've been keeping an eye on it. So it seems like they need people, and I have
I hope it's not 'cause
experience
they're
in
picky.
both areas.
Yeah, I mean, get that job. What will your take home be at that point? With that job?
It depends on how much overtime I'm allowed to do. I haven't calculated what it would be on a month-to-month basis or in a year, but $40 an hour, 60 for overtime. I don't have a calculator on me.
Well, those are the methods I would pay off the debts. If you prove to yourself that you can consolidate, maybe, but it still scares me.
Yeah.
Any other certifications you can take to get your income up?
I already have my hazmat, doubles, triples. So my CDL. Are you talking about for like the CDL or?
I don't know anything in the trucking world. I don't know the trucking world. I focus more on like I'm from tech, so I like the tech certifications through Course Careers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe. But the trucking, I don't really know that one.
Yeah. It would be hazmat, doubles, triples. I already have all of the certifications.
Okay, then obviously for you already want a new job anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I would just maximize that income. What you have to do is you have to budget. You have to stop the bullshit. No more excuses to go to the next concert, the next concert, the next concert, the next concert.
Yeah.
You need to buckle down. You need to budget. Everything needs to go paying off this debt. Or dude, you're gonna be in your debt in your 30s, in your early 40s even.
Yeah, I don't
like this.
want that.
Well, right now it shows that you do. No offense. So you need to change that now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a follow up in like 3 to 6 months, and I hope you prove everything that you said. That like when I set my mind to it, I'll do it. I want to believe that. I do not know you. I cannot make any adjustments off of that. You say that I've been doing well for a week. Great. I can't do anything with that. Let's do a follow up in 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Prove to me that you've done those things and that you're starting to make progress.
Yes.
You won't be anywhere close to out of debt by then because you may not even had your surgery until then.
Yeah. But
So,
just prove that I'm not going to be touching the credit cards at all anymore.
no,
Like,
you
not
need
adding
to
it.
obliterate them and burn them and have a ritual and something crazy. And
I
go
have them
wild.
here with me. We can burn them if you
Yeah,
want to.
we have scissors. Should we cut them?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, let's cut them. We'll cut them in the post show. We'll celebrate in the post show.
Okay.
Since we're wrapping up here, I'll get you your Hammer financial score. We'll cut up, and then I gave Noah a bunch of weird, just old pictures of myself, and I think he wants to really embarrass me in the post show, so that should be fun. Or maybe it's gonna be cute. Oh, nostalgia. I don't trust him.
Bro, so many of these pictures are
What changed?
Yeah, I was hot. Well,
I'm just kidding.
the metabolism, and dieting, and
Becoming an
lack
adult.
of moving.
Yeah.
So Spending in a budget, well, you spend $1,500 more than you brought in, which again, that gives me concern. You got to prove it in the follow-up. 0 out of 10. Debt, that car situation is going to bring it down for you, and not being able to pay off the freedom before it hits. So it's going to be low, 2 out of 10. Emergency fund, there was nothing in savings, so 0 out of 10. But retirement for your age, I'm actually quite okay with it. A solid 7 out of 10. Real estate, 0 out of 10. Retirement's definitely going to boost you up more than you think. You thought you were at a 1, but you're going to be at a 2 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below. Is there what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs in the history of the internet. Now click the link below and come watch the post show. Today on the Financial Audit Post Show. We're going to cut her credit cards up.
Let's do that. We got scissors. Also, speaking of
cards.
I don't know if I have the hand strength for this.
Oh, yeah, you do. Well done.
Thank
Did
you.
you
I was making, $30,000 a year. Sales made much more money, so I was like, you know what?
I'm going to sell out. The Caleb Hammer story.
To watch the Financial Audit Post Show, click the join button below.